Hello, this is your instructor of biology Imran Khan. Today we are going to solve two important questions related to biology. Question number 1 is the diagram shows the human excretory system and its main associated vessels. Question is that which label structure contain urine? So first of all, we have to understand all these label structure alpha, beta, Charlie and delta. And after studying all these label structure, we must have some idea that which structure of human urinary system contain urine. So I'm going to solve this in some steps. First step is to understand this diagram, what type of diagram is this, and all the label part of this diagram. So these are the some kidney shaped structure. These are bean shaped structure referred as kidney, and these are two important blood vessels, and one of the blood vessels is a grayish color and it is a large blood vessel labeled as B, and this large blood vessel is actually aorta, and aorta is the main blood vessel that carry oxygenated blood from heart to all part of the body, and the vessel that originate from aorta and enter into the kidney is actually a renal artery. And similarly, the label structure A is actually inferior vena cava, and inferior vena cava is associated with collection of blood back to heart. So any vein that enter into the inferior vena cava, and if it come from kidney, that vein is referred as renal vein. So option Charlie is actually a renal vein. Option Charlie is actually a renal vein that collect deoxygenated blood from kidney enter into the inferior vena cava. So label structure A is a inferior vena cava. Labeling beta is actually a main artery called aorta, and option C or Charlie option is actually a renal vein, and delta option is the duct that originate from kidney and enter into this spear shaped structure, and this spear shaped structure is called urinary bladder, and function of this urinary bladder is to collect urine before urination. So any structure, any duct that originate from kidney enter into the urinary bladder is referred as ureter. So now this was the first step of our this solution. We must understand all the labeling of this diagram, and second step is that we have to answer our main question. Our main question was that which label structure contain urine. So third step is to identify all these four structure. You know that alpha, beta and Charlie. Alpha is inferior vena cava, beta is aorta and Charlie is renal vein. All these are blood vessel. So you know that blood vessel do not contain urine. Blood vessel contain blood, and blood contain all other component like urea and some other component. So this is the method of exclusion to solve multiple choice question. We have four options. In three options, these are blood vessels. First three options are the blood vessel, and blood vessel do not contain urine. So automatically our answer must be delta. Delta is a structure that contain urine. So this was first part of our question, and first important question that I have to answer. And second question is actually sometime like short question and short quiz. What is dipeptide and how many peptide linkages are present within 30 amino acids? So this question has two important parts. First part is what is dipeptide. What is dipeptide, and second part is to calculate number of peptide linkages, number of peptide bond. So student, I will give you some tricks, very important tricks to solve such type of question, and you can solve such type of question on your fingertips. So I will give you some tricks and some formulas. So must remember such type of formula, because these formula help you to understand, to give answer of any such type of question in which number of amino acids are given and you have to find the number of peptide linkages. So first part of our question is, what is dipeptide? So this term dipeptide is a combination of two terms. One is prefix, that is di, and other is suffix, that is called peptide. So if you know the meaning of di and meaning of peptide, then you will be able to understand, you will be able to answer what is dipeptide. So what does di mean? Di mean two. This prefix di mean two. Di, mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nano, deca. These are the sum counting, and you must know the meaning of mono, di, tri, tetra. So di mean two. And what does peptide mean? Peptide is actually a compound that is formed by combination of compounds formed by combination of amino acid. Compound formed by combination of amino acid is called peptide. So this term is actually a self-defining. Student, you must understand that dipeptide term consists of two important words. One is prefix, that means di mean two, and other is peptide. So whenever you have to give a short question or you have to define such type of term, so must start your definition from your suffix. What is suffix? Peptide. And what does peptide mean? It is a compound formed by combination of amino acid. Compound formed by combination of amino acid. And prefix is very specific. Prefix is very specific. Actually, it will tell you about some specific point. Because suffix mean, peptide mean compound formed by combination of amino acid, and how many amino acid? And how many amino acid will be given in prefix, and how many amino acid? Two. So what will be the answer of this question? Dipeptide. What is dipeptide? Dipeptide is a compound formed by combination of two amino acid. What does tetrapeptide mean? Compound formed by combination of four amino acid. What does polypeptide mean? Compound formed by combination of many amino acid. So if you know the meaning of peptide, you know the meaning of di, tri, tetra, mono or poly, so you can define anyone. Second part was number of peptide linkages. So I am giving you some one of the important trick to solve such type of question, numerical based question. I have drive a formula for such type of question, such type of tricky question. Simple formula is that number of bond peptide linkages, formula is that peptide linkages is equal to number of amino acid, abbreviated as AA, amino acid, minus 1. So must know that whenever you are given a polypeptide, dipeptide, tripeptide in which you are given the number of amino acid, because in case of di, tri, tetra, we know the number of amino acid. Di have 2 amino acid, tri have 3 amino acid, tetra have 4 amino acid. But if you are given a polypeptide with the then you must know the number of amino acid. How many number of amino acid? So we are given a polypeptide with 30 amino acid. So what are the total number of amino acid? 30. We have to subtract minus 1. So what is the answer? 29. So what are 29? 29 are actually peptide linkages in a polypeptide that contain 30 amino acid. So if you are given a polypeptide, if you are given an insulin alpha chain, the insulin alpha chain have 30 amino acid. How many peptide linkages are present? 30 minus 1, 29. If you are given alpha chain of hemoglobin, how many peptide linkages are present in that chain? So just use this formula. Formula is total number of amino acid. You know that alpha chain of hemoglobin contain 146 amino acid minus 1. So 145 will be the total peptide linkages present in alpha chain of. So such type of tricks help you to solve such type of tricky question. I have so many and many more tricks for you in biology and shortcut formulas to solve such type of puzzle, such type of question. So hope so you have enjoyed such type of solution of this question. Wishing you best of luck. I will see you soon in the next question. Fi amanillah.